Hello guys, Harun here. Today we are going to discuss part 7 of Fundamentals of Magento Development from Scratch. The topic of today's discussion is how to add view in a module. Actually, our today discussion is actually a continuation of our previous session in which we study how to create a custom module in Magento 2. So it is strongly recommend that please go through previous video before this one. Before start actual discussion on a view component of a module, we have to discuss or study some concepts which we are going to use today. The first concept is dependency injection, which is a way to retrieve objects which we need in a class. In the process of dependency injection, we declare dependent object as a constructor arguments. Let's try to understand this with an example. In slide you can see there is a constructor of a class. In this class we need two objects. The first object is from class Magento framework app action context, and second object is from Magento framework view result page factory. We list these two objects as the constructor argument. Then object manager of Magento 2 will work and create objects of these classes for us. How Magento 2 object manager create objects of these classes is a complex topic and we will try to cover it in some another video. Then we store this object in a class property. As you can see there is a class property result page factory. We store object result page factory in it, and we can use this object and its function throughout in our class. Here is one thing to be noted that you please do not confuse dependency injection with module dependency. Module dependency is actually means a module is loaded after another module. So now let's try to actually create view in a module. Our today goal is to render a HelloWorld string on a view page, which actually means that we are going to study how to render HTTP response. In Magento 2, its controller functionality or is controller responsibility to tells Magento 2 render system that please render HTTP response. So our first step we have to create a page. In Magento 2 there is a class Magento framework view result page factory which is responsible to create a page. So we will include instance of this class via dependency injection. Let's try to see this in action. So here is a module named hello with namespace funky which we create in previous video. So let's try to add object of this class. So for this we have to create constructor function of our controller. So press alt insert constructor, and let's try to add our required object. So the class is Magento framework view result page factory $page factory. So for To make sure the parent of this class is also work fine, let's try to call its parent in this constructor. Parent underscore underscore construct. As we are going to override constructor, so it is always required to call parents constructor in it. So let's try to for the sake of cleaning, let's try to import this class. The constructor of Magento framework view result page factory class use a context object as parameter. So let's try to include this object also. Magento framework app action context and dollar sign context. Let's import this class to import. So parent of this class can receive parameter of context, so let's pass context. As we know that the entry point in an action class is execute method, so we need object of page factory in execute method. So how we use this in execute method, we are actually going to save this object in a class property. So let's try to create a protected property. Name will be page factory, and here just make an assignment $this page factory is equal to $page factory, and here we are going to create a page and return it $this page factory and call its method create and just return it. I strongly suggest you guys to please go and study these classes and try to understand their functionality. This page factory and context class. Okay, we already implement step 2, so let's see what is next step. Now in step 3, it's time to create layout XML file for our module. Layout XML file is actually a tool to build pages of Magento 2. Simply we can say that layout XML file tells Magento 2 system that what is the structure of our page or which element should be on a page. There are two main stages in working with layout XML. The first one is create the page content structure or to create a logical page content structure. The second stage is render the structure or generate HTML output. Let me show you guys layout XML in core modules. Let's try to go or explore a core module like catalog. Layout XML file you can found inside view folder. There is a folder front end layout catalog category view. So here is our layout XML file in our catalog module. You can see it is The layout XML file is consists of different blocks and containers, same as HTML page structure. So the whole idea behind layout XML is to define logical page structure. Once all layout XML instruction from all modules has been processed, the result is rendered and sent to the browser for display. This you can find layout XML file of a module in this location. So in this slide I present how layout XML file for our module will look like. The root node of this file is page. Then there is our attribute layout. In our case it is one column, but you can define 2 columns, 3 columns as you need. We will study layouts, attribute and detail of layout XML file in our upcoming videos. Then there is a location of XST file, which is actually the validation file of this XML file. Like we already see validation schema location in other files like routes.xml or module.xml. Then there's a body tag, then there is a reference block with name is content, then there is a block. We see about and study about block class in next slide. The block node of layout XML file takes 3 attributes. First one is template, which is actually an HTML file. The second one is class. This is actually the class of block and provide HTML output. The third attribute is name, which is name of this block and uniquely identify this block. So the next point is how a layout XML file is connected to a request. For example, how we tells Magento to load this XML file for a controller request. As in our case, we create a controller HelloWorld, and then how we tell Magento that please take XML instruction for this file. The answer is layout handles. You can say layout handle is sort of an event or identifier for a page layout system which contains event which fire on each page. We will use page specific action handle. A page specific content is associated with a page using the action handle specific to the request. Action handle is a combination of root, action path and action name in lowercase separated by underscore. The page specific action handle in our case will be funky underscore path underscore hello world. Or actually every controller fire an event with page specific action handle. Magento rendering system will identify it and associate it an XML file with its action. So now let's try to create layout XML file for our module. So here is our module. We have to create and view file and directory in it. Inside view there will be a directory of area. In our case it will be front, and inside there will be a directory of layout. And so let's first create these directories, and in layout let's try to create our XML file m2 layout. The name of our file will be funky. Page specific, as we discussed, we are going to create page specific layout XML. So file name will be funky part underscore hello world. So it always will be in lowercase. So let's try to name our reference block content. We will study more detail of layout XML file in our upcoming videos. So there will be a block file which we will create in next step. So the name of our layout file will be, or a part will be, funky slash hello, our module name, our block directory, the name of our class will be main. Now the name of our template will be block content dot html. The last module is missing, sorry, attribute is missing, which is name, which is uniquely identify our block. Let's take give the name of our block will be funky underscore hello underscore hello world. Perfect. We successfully create our layout XML file. So let's see what is next step. Now it's time to create our block class. As we see already, block provide data for our template. Blocks can instantiate model, can query database, get result, and present this data into our templates. We will study more detail about block classes in our upcoming videos. For now, every block class extend a base class which is Magento slash framework slash view slash element slash template. A block will render its HTML to its template property. We already set the template property of block to block content.html file. Every block class must have a method underscore prepare layout. Underscore prepare layout specific method that is executed when a block is created. It is often redeclared in a block and contains init operations. Blocks are located inside blocks folder of module. In our case, it will be funky slash hello slash block file.php. The folder is block, not blocks. So let's try to create our block file. Go to text editor, inside module, create a directory block. Inside block directory, let's create a class which name is main. Every block extends a class Magento framework view Magento framework view element template. So will be a function which is public function underscore prepare layout. We do not need to return its parent. For code cleaning, let's try to import this class. So here we can actually instantiate any model or query database and present it to our template file. In this case, let's take as it is empty and try to create our template file. So let's create a directory inside front end directory name templates and create a file php file name block content. Sorry, it will be an html file. Block content dot html. Here just take and say hello world. That's it. Let's try to run our module. Go to browser, try to refresh it. Here is an error, so it must be due to boilerplate classes. So let's go to our Magento 2 installation and try to delete boilerplate class. So it will create boilerplate class again and our problem will be solved. Let's delete it. The generation boilerplate classes exist inside var/generation directory. We already studied about them in our earlier videos. Let's delete and refresh it our page. So here guys, we successfully render our output, which is hello world. There are some concepts which are remaining in layout XML session system like default XML file, which will be discussed in later videos. So let's try to change here output from my first module, save it and let's refresh it back. So here I change my output, but in browser actually it's not changed. Why is that? It is due to cache. So always I change here something, I have to clean my cache to view its effect. So let's try to clean cache. Shift right click, open command prompt here, php bin magento cache clean. So it will clean all cache type. Basically I have to only clean cache of full page, but I forgot. Let's wait to clean cache. So all cache types are clean. So let's try to refresh. It's going to take a long because now it's going to create all types of cache file again like full page cache, layout cache, config cache, and all these cache types. So let's wait. So here is a tip that during development you can disable cache full page. Due to you do not have to clean cache again and again, it will save your time and money. So let me show you guys how to disable a cache type. First of all, check cache type status. Bin Magento cache status. So here as you can see all cache types are enabled. Now I am going to disable cache type full page during development because I do not want to clean cache again and again to see effects. So let's type command cache disable and cache name is full underscore page. As you can see, and the page is still working and still trying to process request. So here we disable full page cache type. So now every time you change, you do not need to clean cache again and again. So here is the result. So if now I change my output, it will show effect immediately. Control S, go to browser, refresh, and here is a result. Note at this time I do not need to clean my cache. Further, if you are working with layout XML file, it is I suggest temporarily please disable layout cache type. It will save your time. So let's see what next. We already create template file and template file. There can be PHP elements such as instruction variable and calls for class methods. So we already run it. So thanks for watching. Please give your feedback. If you have any question or problem, please post comment in comment section below. I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. If you like my videos, please like, subscribe and share. Good luck till next time.